Okay, y'all, here is my update. It is 3 in the morning. I'm at 5,044 words for this particular chapter, chapter 2. It is 2,746. I was on a roll with this one. I actually ended up stopping early because with this, what I'm realizing is, like before in previous projects, I've just been writing, have my outline, I do whatever, and I just write and write and write. With this one, I mentioned before, like I'm doing the world building. I'm also building out like this particular neighborhood, and I'm able to do that while writing. Well, for this, when I write, it's more getting the story out, but it's a lot of like analytical stuff. It's not just writing and writing what's on the outline. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm doing is I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but that's okay, because I got further than I kind of expected. So I didn't get to chapter 3, but the amount of time and energy and like words that were put into chapter 2, I might split this and make this 2 different chapters because it is so long. So again, I'm at 5,044 words at the time of this update, and this second chapter 2,746 words. So I'm going to let that be my win for tonight, and I'm hoping to lay it down and then wake up right before having to go to the to the pyramid and get some writing done. If not, that's fine, because I still plan on getting stuff done today. So that's my check-in. I'm about to get my butt into bed.
I told you so.
Okay, so it's day 3. I'm in the middle of a meeting at the pyramid, and instead of listening to that mess, I decided to, do what I do. And so I worked on the book for quite some time last night. What the fuck? And I'm trying to pull up the word count. What is this? There we go. Okay, so I was in the middle of chapter 2, and we're at 5,044 words total. This is 2,746 for the second chapter. But the thing is, this chapter isn't done yet. I still have more to go. And so I'm trying to decide if I want to just make this chapter as long as it needs to be, or if I want to split this up into 2 different chapters, because I'm not really married to a chapter number. In my mind, I say 23, 27-ish, 29 maybe. It'll probably be more than that. It may be less. I know with some of the books in the past, I've done a pretty good job at writing really quick chapters, 3, maybe 4 pages at the most. The first chapter, I think, is like 9 pages, and the second one is like 11. The first one is 11 and the second one is like 13. They're off by a bit, and this isn't an issue. I do not care, to be quite honest. Like, I'm not married to any of that. I just want to get this story across, and I just don't want to have extremely long chapters. So y'all let me know, is that something that does that matter to you? Because this isn't an action heavy book. It's not like political intrigue and enemy of the state and jumping over cars and fighting ninjas. It's not that. It is a contemporary love story set in the backdrop of this fictional city, and you're following 2 people on their journey to figure out, what does love look like for them? What does this relationship and this new life look like for them? But there's action in it, but it's not the focus. So does it matter if the chapters are 2 or 3 pages, or does it matter if they're like 7, 11, 13 pages? Let me know. I'm going to get back to this. I have a little bit more time left in this meeting. I just finished editing some videos, but I want to either continue and finish this chapter I'm thinking I may not have enough time for what I want to do, so I might just work on prepping for the next chapter. I think I'll do that because I have about 19 minutes or so. I'm not going to want to stop once I start writing this. So that's where we are now. Thanks again for following me on this journey. I'm going to see how much I can get done at the end of this day 3. Yeah, day 3. And do something for me. Comment the give me an emoji. Give me a love. Give me a love. Give me a love. Give me like the black heart. Give me that emoji. Give me that emoji, for this little love, this little urban love story. Give me that little black heart emoji and let me know that you rocking with me through this process. All right. Okay, here's my update. My house is in total disarray and I should be cleaning. It is not even so bad. It's just I have stuff that needs to be put away that I don't feel like doing. And because my schedule is cleared for the next few days, I want to spend more time writing. For the last couple days that I spent writing, I did not, it was later in the evening. And so what I'm going to do now is pretty much rinse and repeat. I'm going to give me some food, I'm going to take me a shower, and then I'm going to sit down to write. And hopefully these few hours, since I'm doing this earlier, I'll have more time to get more stuff on the page. I did a little bit of something when I was at the pyramid. Now that I'm off and I'm home, I'm going to get ready to get this started. So I'm excited. I am enjoying the progress. And one thing as a quick aside, I think me as a writer, I don't know if it's a combination of I'm excited for this project, or I'm excited for building this world. I'm kind of bought into what I'm selling myself. I don't know what it is, but my writing is so, I dare say, better than it has been before. I don't know, it's something about this story. So I'm gonna get into that at some time, but this is about to give me some food and then bring my butt back to dive back into the project. So day 3. So I run into an issue, and this ain't got nothing to do with my work. I get my food, I come in and lay down. Now I'm not just laying down just to lay down. I'm laying down and I'm doing the text-to-speech thing with my first 2 chapters. I done fell into sleep, but I set an alarm. I'm like, all right, I can lay down for about an hour. I wake up and my freaking internet is off. These people then said, oh, there's an outage in your area and it'll be out till about 11:30 midnight. Sis, that's the rest of the whole night. So I'm not too upset because I'm going to be writing anyways. But I also need to fact check stuff and research stuff, on the computer. Not to mention my little smart TV ain't. I don't know. I'm not upset behind it, but I'm just I can't even access my my account. So I can. That's whatever. I don't know whether that's getting into the weeds. Pretty much, I'm just going to take this as the universe saying, nah, motherfucker, you thought you was gonna lay down and be asleep. You need to get your ass up and write, because ain't shit else to do to distract you for the rest of the night until midnight when that internet get cut back on. Who randomly has why do we have this outage? This ain't nothing but a scheme set up by Todd, and I am not for it.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bush.
So as you can see, I'm a little tired. I'm going to just dive back into the book. I can't even play no music, man. Whatever, I don't know. It stuff happens. We'll write. So I just finished chapter 2 and I just added to it. I don't know that I'm going to split this chapter up because this character, when I look over my outline, excuse me, I know that he's in there because he's the other co-lead or whatever the story is about him. But I just fear that the amount of screen time for him may be less than the other MC, so I'm going to let this one be long. Plus, I'm writing; it's not finished, so if need be, I can just split this up and make it 2 chapters. But I think I like this. I like the varying length between chapters. Now I'm not done for the night, but the quick check-in is that this second chapter, I forget what number it started with. I'll put it on the screen if I can remember. But I ended the second chapter at 3,187 words. And words total for the project is 5,483. Now, this is where my fear is coming in. This is supposed to be a novella. This is not supposed to be a long book. And when I did my little calculations about like a 30 or 40K book, each chapter having approximately 1,450 words in it, I've long since surpassed that. And I'm just getting into this thing. So I am so fucking terrified that this is going to be longer. I'm not going to be mad at it, of course, but I just wanted a quick novella. I don't know if I'm going to get that. Sorry to this man. So that's my quick check-in. I'm going to move on to chapter 3 and see if I can get that done before tonight. It's still pretty early, so that's good. This is about the time I would have gotten started in the previous nights, but that's where I am. So this is another thing with this story, with me developing the city and the neighborhoods and stuff, and me focusing on one particular neighborhood with this story. I got like certain city blocks like together, and I'm drawing these little diagrams on note cards, and I'm having fun with that because I cannot wait to either get online and do it myself or get some work commissioned so that I can actually have a map of the city. So, or whatever, that's my check-in. Let me get into first fill up my water and then get into chapter 3. We trucking along, y'all. We trucking along. Okay, this is just a quick little something. I'm writing, but this isn't directly writing related. What gets on my nerves is this autocorrect trying to change my vernacular, my speech. Like, no, when these people are speaking, these black folks using these black colloquialisms, oh Lord, and vernacular, don't try to change and add words. I know what I'm saying. You reserve that for the narration, but as far as the dialogue, you leave that to me. All right, so technically it's still day 3. We have moved well into the 1 o'clock hour, and it's actually day 4, but technically this is still day 3. My updated work, I just finished chapter 3. And chapter 3 was 2,549 words. Total words for the book right now are 8,032 words. I am going to write some more. Well, that's the plan. I'm going to probably lay down and read over these chapters, and then start plotting out or planning out the 4th chapter. So I know what's going to happen, but I'm thinking this might be a shorter chapter. These first 3 are pretty long, several pages worth, and this next one, because of what happens next, and it's kind of dialogue heavy, like exploring, relationships and whatnot, it's not going to take that long. But what I'm finding is with this work, I am writing, and I feel like I mentioned this before, I am writing, but I'm also doing a lot of rearranging. And so there's so much dialogue and stage direction and everything else that I have in my outline that I mentioned before, that this book is going to be easier to write because a lot of it is already done. But with that being the case, I still have to work to that point, and even when I get to that point, things have to change around. Like there was a certain conversation that was had in chapter 3 in the outline, and it still happened, but I actually altered the ending a bit because it just made no sense. Like when I was plotting it, was like, yeah, he'll do this and he'll do that and whatever. But now that the story is actually being birthed, I don't know, breathing life into it, there's some things that are going to change, and that was one of them. So without making this too long, I'm going to make this the last little update for this vlog. Again, I am at 8,032 words for the full novel, and for the 3rd chapter, it is 2,549. I will be moving on to chapter 4 hopefully tonight, but either way, thank you so much for following me on this journey. Hope you stay tuned for the next installment, because we're going to build this city and we're going to build this story. Because once all is said and done, I want y'all to come visit this city. Come visit it with me. So, all right. Thank you.